In our efforts to support a well-rounded practice, we'd like to offer these 4 breathing exercises or breathing practices that Karen and I learned when we took our teacher training in Salt Spring. And they're best done in the morning when your belly is empty or when you haven't eaten anything, or if there's been a space of time between the practices and your last meal, like 2 or 3 hours. Always be guided by how the practices make you feel. If there's any discomfort, just move them aside for the moment, for the time being. So the 4 purifications, the first one is called alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhana. And just start to find a seat that is stable and allows you to have a long spine. Now you can do this reclined as well if you find that there's just discomfort in a seat for a long period of time. Not that it's going to be that long, but like I said, if there's any discomfort, you can just lie down and do the practice as well. So take your right hand and take your index and middle finger right in the heel of your thumb. You can also place those same 2 fingers very gently in the middle of your forehead, or you can do as Karen does. You can take that hand mudra as well. So you'll be closing your right nostril with right thumb, left nostril with your right ring finger. And it's a full yogic breath, so into your belly, into your chest, and then long, slow exhalations. Okay, and I'll guide through 5 rounds of this. Okay, so we'll start with a breath in through your nose, then out through your mouth. Stay lifted through the center of your chest. Close your right nostril very softly and breathe in through your left. Once again, into your belly, into your chest. There's a brief pause at the top of the in-breath, and in that pause, close your left nostril, open your right, and exhale. Take your exhalation to the bottom. Now keep your right nostril open and breathe in. And when you're full, close your right nostril, open your left, and exhale. So each round is 2 breath cycles, and we'll do 4 more. Breathe in through your left. Close, open your right, exhale. Breathe in through your right. And close, exhale, left. Breathe in left. Close, open your right, and exhale. Breathe in right. Close, open your left, exhale. Breathe in left. Close and open your right, exhale. Breathe in right. Close, and exhale left. Breathe in left, final round. Close, exhale right. Breathe in right. And close, exhale left. And when you complete your exhalation, just lower your right hand. So the second of the 4 purifications, called Kapalabhati, and it does clear out your sinuses. Sometimes it does that all at once. Very embarrassingly, it happened to me in front of class not too long ago. So if, like I said, you have some sinus congestion, you may want to have a Kleenex also nearby. Now, with this breath, same thing in terms of keeping a length through your spine, so you do want to feel that length. And place your hands just comfortably down on your legs. Now, in this practice, your belly stays still. It's a shorter in-breath, so let's say half into your chest, so you can leave some space because there is a breath in here. It's a short, sharp exhalation, and the in-breath is a reflex, almost a reflex action to your exhalation. So it sounds like this. It just sounds like this, and I'll have a few other things to say after this. So So if you can hear it, you can hear that there's a short in-breath right after the exhalation. Now, if you're newer to this practice, don't worry about going quickly. More importantly, it's an evenness or a rhythm that you want to maintain. The more you do the practice, you may find that the pace does increase, but if you're, like I said, newer to the practice, just ensure that is a rhythm that you're maintaining. And we'll do 50. It may sound like a lot, but it doesn't take very long at all. And we'll do 2 rounds of this as well. Okay? So exhale, take your exhalation again right to the bottom. When you are ready to breathe in, keep your belly still so the in-breath is short into your chest. And begin. Generally a few breath cycles in between, 2, 3, whatever's, again, comfortable or needed. If you notice yourself slouching a little bit, just reset the length of your spine, allow your shoulders to draw back. Take this next exhalation again to the bottom with the intention of keeping your belly still, shorter in-breath into your chest, and begin. Finish up. So that's the second of the 4 purifications. The third one is called Agni Shower. So in this one, this is the one where if you have something of mass here, it's probably not going to be very comfortable. You may want to skip this one altogether. But when you breathe out, it's done in a held exhalation. So when you breathe out, you lean forward. Your hands can either remain on your thighs, you can place them down on the ground for support, or you can even do this from all fours if that's a more stable place for you to do the breathing practice. And I encourage you to try different ways to do it. You may find one that suits you best. So in this one, when you exhale, you lean forward as mentioned, pull your belly very strongly in. You pull, 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 pull. And then when you're out of air, you release, you hold your breath out, you release your abdominal wall, pull it back in. You release your abdominal wall, pull it back in. So just to have a visual, if you were to do it here, if I'm going to do it without leaning forward, pull your belly in, exhale, and release. So that's kind of a demo. So like I said, you really want to emphasize the exhalation, of course, so you squeeze the last little bit of air out of the bottom of your lungs, hold your breath out. And again, just like Kapalabhati, if you're newer to the practice, just go slowly, make sure the contraction is full, the release is full. The more you practice, you may find again that there's an increased pace along with the practice. Okay, so we'll do this together as well. We'll do 2 rounds. Now, don't struggle to take your in-breath, please. Just when it's needed, just bring your shoulders back up, breathe in, and we'll take a few breath cycles in between rounds. And generally, again, depending on your pace, maybe go for 10 or 12 contractions at the when you're first doing this. When you get a little bit more familiar with the breathing practice, I generally get up to 40 to 50 of the contractions per round. But we'll do 10 or 12 here. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And as you do, lean forward. Start to pull very strongly, intentionally, your belly back towards your spine. Now hold your breath out. When you're out of air, release, pull in. Release, pull in. Release, pull in. Now, as mentioned, please don't hold your breath out for too long. You don't want to get lightheaded or anything. When you need your breath in, just bring your shoulders back up, breathe in, and we will take a couple of breath cycles in between rounds here as well. Probably for obvious reasons, you can feel why this one would be very good for digestion. But yeah, like I said, not if you're currently digesting anything. Okay, so one more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lean forward, place your hands for support wherever you find it. Pull your belly in, pull, 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 and then release, pull in, release, pull breath is needed, bring your shoulders up, breathe in. So the fourth purification, so the final one, again we'll do 2 rounds. So as opposed to the other practice, when our breath was held out, this one breath will be held in. So you take a full yogic breath into your belly, into your chest, and from here you lower your chin. So it's called Galaga Bonad, and some even teach it as moving your head forward, then lowering your chin. So again, you can find the practice or the lock that works best for you. So chin comes down, and then you lift while you're holding your breath. You lift your pelvic floor and then release. Lift your pelvic floor and release. It's also been described in another way for me that I like, is that you're trying to pull the tip of your tailbone forward, or you're trying to pull not only the tip of your tailbone forward, but your 2 sit bones in towards, all of that towards one another as well, and then again a release. Pace is not, again, is not the intention here. The more you practice this, the more pace might accompany the practice, but don't worry about going quickly. And there will be no demo for this one, for obvious reasons. Okay, so take your exhalation, take it right to the bottom, clear out, and breathe into your belly. Feel your belly round out. Breathe into your chest. Feel the tension in your upper torso, and lower your chin. Now here, with the breath held in and the pressure in your torso, lift your pelvic floor and then release. Lift your pelvic floor and release. Or again, you can feel it another way. Pull the tip of your tailbone forward and then release. Pull the tip of your tailbone forward and release. Again, since you're holding your breath, at some point, very soon, you'll want to lift your chin and exhale. I always find when I do this one, I can really notice my heartbeat for some reason. So we'll take another breath cycle or 2 in between rounds. Take this next exhalation, take it right to the bottom. Breathe into your belly. Allow the breath to come into your chest. Hold the tension by lowering your chin, Galaga Bonad, and then contract your pelvic floor, release. Pull the tip of your tailbone forward and release. Pull forward and release. And once again, when your out breath is needed, lift your chin and exhale. So those are the 4 basic breathing practices that my personal practice involves those practices. There's a lot of other breathing practices that we're aware of. We practice from time to time. These ones I found for me have stuck the most, or most consistently. Now you can always play too with a number of rounds you're doing. It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 2, 2. I do about 12 to 15 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. I do 4 rounds of 100 of Kapalabhati. I do 4 rounds, generally about 20 or 40 of Agni Shower, and then 4 rounds of Ashwini Mudra, about between 15 and 20. Again, that's my practice. If you're newer to the practice, you may want to start with just the 2 rounds of each, and maybe 1 round 5 to 8 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. And for me, I've found these practices, again, best done in the morning. I have to do them in the morning because as soon as my kids get up, there's no practicing these practices at all. But I found just an extraordinary amount of energy that I feel the days I do these practices. So I hope this is of value. As always, we encourage any questions that come up, because you can Google these things online and you'll get a lot of different answers. These things are not, we don't have any kind of dogmatic approach to these things. I'm always open to either suggestion or certainly if you want any clarification on the practices, just email me and I'll offer what I can. So thank you very much, everyone. Karen, do you have anything to add? No? Okay. See you again. Namaste. Thank you.